Hello and welcome to Nick's Allotment Diary.
Today I'm going to pot on the plants that have germinated from the true potato seeds that I planted in early April. As you can see, they're bursting to get out of this seed tray that I planted the seeds on. They've done really well, so I'm going to separate them and I'm going to plant them into this 10-litre bucket. And I'm going to let the potato plants carry on growing over this season, and hopefully by the end of this season they'll produce some small tubers that I'll be able to plant on next year. These are some of the plants. As you can see, they've got a very decent root system, so what I'll do is I'll just separate them individually and pot them on into this bucket. Interestingly, some of the plants are starting to produce very small tubers at the end of the roots. So these will be the things that will develop into the root tubers that we call potatoes. So here we go. This is a bucket of the true potato seed plants that I'm going to grow on. I'm going to have enough plants for probably about 3 of these buckets, so I shall update you later on in the season to let you know if they've developed some decent size tubers that I can plant on next year. Considering the broad beans didn't do very well over winter, this particular plant has survived well and has produced quite a few broad bean pods. So I shall be picking some of those later. In the rest of the bed there are some flowers on the rest of the beans, and hopefully I should get a later crop with some of these. These were a dwarf variety, so they're not going to grow as tall as this particular plant. So hopefully should get a few beans later on, maybe in the next 2 or 3 weeks. The leeks that I planted late last year have now gone to seed. As you can see, there's some quite large seed heads on each of the leeks. What I'm going to do anyway is to pull these leeks up, and I'll salvage which parts of the leek are okay and use those in soup. Flower bed is doing well now, and the roses are blooming. So the severe cutback that I gave them has actually done well, and it looks like I've got plenty of roses to come. The lavender is starting to flower now, and I've got loads of calendula plants, so I should have plenty of orange flowers in the next few weeks. The potatoes that I've planted are doing really well. They've emerged from the soil. Now really I should have ridged these up before now, because I want to make sure that potatoes don't go green. So what I'm going to do now is pile some soil from in between each row and make a sort of ridge across the leaves of the potatoes. I won't be able to do it so much on these larger ones at either end, but the sarpos in the middle can definitely be earthed up. So what I'm going to use is this hoe to actually just pile the soil up over the potatoes. So there we go, the potatoes are now all ridged up. So I've created a sort of a mound along each row of potatoes, which will help cover the tubers and stop them from going green. I have planted them relatively deep anyway, so hopefully I should get a decent crop.
Thanks very much for joining me at Nick's Allotment. I'll see you again next time.